Hey YouTube, I'm back. I hope you can hear me over the bird screaming in the background. Parrots are very, very possessive, and he doesn't like it too much when he hears me in here talking and he thinks I'm having a conversation and he's not in on it. But I'm going to try. I thought I'd make a gun video. I mean, I'll tell you right away, I'm not a gun expert. I'm not ex-law enforcement, ex-military. I'm not a tough guy. You know, I'm not one of these people who knows everything about guns, but I do have a number of guns. I like shooting them. You know, leftists come up with a lot of weird explanations for why people have guns. And they have to do with, you know, hatred and insecurity and all that. And the reason I have guns, I mean, I'm not denying hatred and insecurity. Well, yeah, I am. But I'm being trying to be funny. But the reason I like guns really, fundamentally, is because they remind me of the best parts of my childhood. When I was a kid, my family was very dysfunctional. And we were from Eastern Kentucky, and we lived in Florida. I ended up spending most of my time in the Miami area, which is a horrible, horrible place to live because of the moral atmosphere. Well, I spent a lot of time in Kentucky with my mother's grandparents. They had a wonderful house, and you know, if I wanted to go up there and spend, you know, 6 months, they didn't care. So when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time there, and my grandfather had a lot of guns, and things were a lot different back then. You know, back then, if you were 13 and you were allowed to go into your grandfather's gun cabinet and take out whatever you want and shoot it in the backyard, no one thought that was weird. So that was the situation I lived in. My dad got me my own .22 when I was 12, and I don't know, I just like to shoot. It reminds me of those times. It reminds me of escaping from the dysfunction. So maybe that's kind of a bummer to start out the video with, but I thought I'd just tell you. So the other day I saw a Hickok 45 video. Hickok 45 is an old guy from Tennessee, and excellent shot, and he just shoots everything and talks about it. And he was shooting a 50 caliber Action Express, 50 Action Express Desert Eagle. And he was, you know, doing the usual thing, shot some watermelons and so forth. And I felt really bad watching him because I have a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. I've had it since, gosh, maybe 2004 or 2005, something like that. And I never shoot it. I probably haven't shot it in 15 years, maybe. I bought something like 100 rounds when I bought the gun, and I never did finish shooting them. I bought a set of reloading dies so I could make my own ammunition. And of course, I didn't do that. I did it for other calibers, and I just put it away. The 50 caliber Desert Eagle is a useless weapon. I should state that up front. People say, well, it's made for shooting car engine blocks. It's made for shooting elephants or grizzlies or whatever. None of that stuff's true. It's made for fun. That's its purpose. It's a fun weapon that you can use to amuse your friends. I mean, it's too heavy. It has a terrible trigger. Some people say it has a good trigger. Maybe there's something wrong with mine, but to me, it's like trying to close rusty scissors on a piece of sandpaper. I never have bothered to get it worked on because I don't take it seriously as a firearm. Fantastic weapon. I could have gotten a 44, which is they had something called 440 Corbon back then, which was on the screen for about 20 minutes and then disappeared. My understanding was that it was supposedly ballistically superior to the 50 caliber, but I wasn't interested in any of that. I was not looking for superior ballistics. The reason I bought this thing was to needle anti-Semites. I was a political blogger, and a lot of people came to my site, and back then there was a lot of anti-Semitism going around. The Iraq War really brought out a lot of anti-Semitism on the political left. It's funny, leftists. It's strange how Jewish people in America think of conservatives as their enemies, and they think of Christians as their enemies. And in Israel, they know that we are their best friends. Over here, leftists are really dangerous to Israel. So I didn't like a lot of the things I was seeing. So I bought a Desert Eagle just to spite anti-Semites. I got a real Desert Eagle. I got the one that's made in Israel, you know, near the desert. Hello? I don't know where they make them now, somewhere in America. That's not a real Desert Eagle. That's a Forest Eagle or something. So I wanted to get the most obnoxious caliber I could to make the biggest statement I could, and that was 50 caliber, even though I didn't think there was anything particularly great about the caliber. So took it out to the range, shot it a few times, and basically put it away. And I can tell you a few things about it. I've already told you about the trigger. It's extremely heavy. It's like holding 2 Glocks. The grips, the rear grip is huge. I'll just show it to you. So there you go. I have to look at my phone now and see if it's on. Yeah, it's on the screen. So, it's a huge grip. The trigger's awful, weighs a lot, but it's accurate. It works fine. I mean, if you can shoot a 9mm Glock accurately, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to shoot this accurately. People who are intimidated by large caliber guns, I don't know if they're flinching or what, or if it's a mental thing, but they shoot exactly like smaller guns, except that they hurt your hand more. That's about it, So if you can shoot a small gun well, you ought to be able to shoot this well. I'll put it down gently to avoid cracking the counter. So there's one thing about it that people need to know, and that is you need to wear really a face shield when you shoot it until you learn how to handle it well. At the very least, you need eye protection. And the reason is that it shoots the shell casings back in your face. Now, this isn't necessarily always true. The manufacturer came out with a big excuse for this. And they said, well, it's because you're limp wristing. You have to hold the gun really firmly. So to keep it from hitting you in the face with shell casings, you got to hold one arm really stiff outward. You got to push forward with it. You got to pull back with the other arm, make a really rigid triangle, and then that'll direct the shell casings a little bit off to your right. But the first time I shot this thing, I had a great time. And then after I had shot it a while, I noticed that I was bleeding. And because this thing's so loud, you don't feel the shell casings hitting you. You just you're so absorbed in the noise and the recoil that your body is your brain is not able to process the sensation of a shell casing hitting you in the forehead. So my advice to you is to at the very least wear some good sunglasses. What else can I tell you about it? I don't know. I guess that's about it. I watched Hickok 45 shooting this stuff, and he shot watermelons, and I thought, man, why would you shoot a watermelon? Watermelons are great. What do people have against watermelons? And they're not really challenging targets. They're pretty big. And I thought, why aren't people shooting things that are actually evil, like avocados? Avocado's not really a fruit. I don't know exactly what it is. It's poisonous to parrots. I won't let it in my house. If you feed a parrot avocado, it will die a long, painful death, and there's nothing the vet can do about it. I mean, it's okay in guacamole, which is sort of a green seasoned grease that makes tortilla chips go down easier. But I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the whole avocado thing. And it's really easy to cut yourself. People end up in the emergency room all the time cutting themselves trying to open up an avocado. So it's a stupid fruit, and I don't like them. I was going to shoot one today, but I thought I would have to bring an avocado in my house and violate my rule. So I'm not going to do that. But I thought there's so many bad, awful things that people could shoot. Why don't I just go get some of those? So here's an example. This is a product, a total misnomer. Soy milk. Soybeans don't have milk. Soybeans are not mammals. Okay? The soybean plant is a plant, and it's a borderline toxic plant. And the way they make this stuff, I read about it, is they grind up soybeans and boil them, and then they strain off the liquid. How disgusting is that? That's vile. I don't know why people are so obsessed with soy. It's like they think it's holy. It's full of female hormones. I certainly don't need any of that in my system. Thanks very much. I don't get it. I mean, if you have a problem with milk, why not try the lactose-free stuff? I don't know. Maybe people are allergic to milk. I shouldn't pick on people because of their infirmities, but this stuff's awful. It should be banned. So I thought I'd see how that goes up. And there's another thing that I thought would be good. Well, I'll just show you this one. That, I got a couple of them. That is a Ponderosa lemon. Now, it's not really a lemon. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. But this thing, oh, you know what? Oh. I forgot. I need a pointer. Okay. So, now I have a pointer and I look much more professional. Let me see. I think my batteries are going low. I hope I don't have to defend myself today. So, this thing, they taste sort of like a lemon, but not as good. And they're gigantic. And as far as I know, no one in South Florida ever grows these things. I mean, if one of these things comes up in your yard, I think what it actually means is, I think they use the rootstock from these things to support better trees that people actually want, like tangelos. The tangelos are the best citrus, also called mineolas or honeybells. Everything else is inferior, you know. That's a good thing to have. Tangerines are good. limes, Persian limes, key limes, those are nice. Lemons, real lemons are okay. These things are ridiculous. The people who used to own this house, this grew in the yard, they were from Virginia, and I guess they didn't know anything about citrus fruit. So they planted this thing along with Cara navel oranges. Navel oranges are dry and totally inferior to Mineolas, Tangelos, whatever you want to call them. They planted those, and they planted grapefruit. It's all dying now from citrus greening. All citrus. Oh boy, did I finally lose? Oh, here we go. I thought I lost my battery. No, yes, no. Dang, I have to go to the drugstore. Oh no, I stuck my finger in front of it. That's a good thing to know about. Nice training. So, where was my train of thought? Totally disappeared. These things have citrus greening. All citrus in the United States pretty much has citrus greening, which is a horrible disease. I guess I'm going to quit doing this because my hand's getting tired. It's a disease that came in from China. Some Cuban in South Florida smuggled in a tree. Don't ask me why anybody would smuggle a citrus tree to South Florida. That strikes me as the height of desperation. But anyway, it spread all over Florida. And now some Chinese person has been caught smuggling them into California. So now California has it. And it's in Louisiana. It's all over the Far East where it originally came from. So everybody's getting citrus greening and all the trees are dying. So get used to either a future without citrus or a long period while they try to come up with varieties that don't succumb to this disease. The fruit tastes disgusting. This thing tastes like it's full of kerosene. I mean, I haven't tried it, but I've tried other ones from the same tree. So I hate this tree, and I see it as a lost opportunity. So this thing has to go. What else? Van Camp's Beanie Weenie. What is this stuff? Well, I think in order to talk about Beanie Weenie, I need to talk about its sort of cultural ancestor, the Vienna sausage. And Vienna sausages, what are they? They're not real sausages. It's like when they slaughter a cow and there's like little bits of meat stuck to the bones after they take it off by every means possible. I think they blast it off of there, with a sandblaster or something, and whatever falls into the bin, they turn it into this stuff. I don't know what it is. And it's not from Vienna. Come on, they don't eat this garbage in Vienna. I don't know why people eat this stuff. Why would they give it that name? I've eaten these things. I don't know why. I must have been out of my mind. When I was a kid, I would eat these things with crackers. My grandfather in eastern Kentucky used to eat them. He called them Viennies. So, Viennies, they have to go. Reduced fat. Can you see that on the can? Oh, shut up. That's a cockatoo. Shut up! It's not your turn. So, reduced fat, I mean, that's like, it doesn't even rise to the level of a Vienna sausage. It's like a neutered fake Vienna sausage. I don't understand that. That's like imitation measles. I mean, why would you want to, I don't know. Why would you want to simulate something that's terrible to start with? So, this stuff is like pork and beans with something sort of similar to this sliced up in it. I don't know if they're really sausages. They taste kind of like cardboard. Gross. Nasty. I mean, if it wasn't good enough to put in a real sausage, and consider the stuff that goes into real sausage, whatever's in these things must be pretty bad. So, I think it's time to see how they light up. The final thing, and I really hate to do this. I hate to, but I just had curiosity was killing me. $17 I paid for this. A Hormel water-added ham. It's probably more like water with ham added when you open it up. But anyway, I had to see what would happen to one of these things when a 50 caliber hits it. So I got myself some ammunition. I was so ashamed after watching that video. I went to get some ammunition. One of the reasons I never shot the guns is because the ammunition was so expensive. And I found it cost me like $1 a round, way back when. I thought, man, what does it cost now? And sure enough, it has gone up. But there's a company called Precision One that sells. They make ammunition. It's in South Carolina, and they have pretty good prices. I mean, you can get it for I think 85 cents a round before shipping and tax and all that, which is cheap for this stuff. If you go for the round nose bullets, which are cheaper, and you might as well because you're not going to use this stuff for self-defense. Come on. It's easier to hit the guy over the head with a gun. Anyway, they had a pretty good deal, so I bought that, and that's 200 rounds. And isn't that cute? It's got their name on it, and it's all full of fresh, shiny bullets. I just want to fondle them. So I'm going to take this thing out and shoot it for a few rounds, see if I can hit this stuff. I'm going to shoot at 21 feet. I'll probably say 21 yards over and over while I'm talking about it because I'm absent-minded. But it'll be 21 feet, and I'll measure it. So it's a beautiful day. It's like 66 degrees. The sun is shining. I hope the cattle don't mind, but if they do, well, that's their problem. You know, I'm not going to be told what to do by, you know, lower organisms. So I'm going to go out and put this stuff on the old berm and see what happens. I hope I can hit some of it because I haven't shot a gun in forever. So if I can't, I'll just disgrace myself and then I won't post the video. Stop recording. Crazy thing. Okay, I'm having a problem. Go away. Move. Shoo. Look at that. I got calves. I didn't have them before. These aren't my cattle. These are tenant cattle. They're here to cut my taxes. Anyway, they really seem to like the Beanie Weenie and the Ponderosa lemons. The soy milk, I don't know why they would like that. I guess because it gets them out of a job they don't like. I mean, these aren't dairy cattle, though. But anyway, I'm going to have to fire off a few rounds from the old 22 and see if that discourages them. Hopefully they don't like gunfire. We'll see. This may turn out to be the most disappointing video on earth. I can't believe the field of view on this, the resolution. What am I trying to say? I guess it's field of view on the camera. I mean, you can see the whole farm. You know, I was trying to focus and get in there on the canned goods and so forth. I don't know, maybe I can move it up a little farther. Yeah, that made a big difference. Oh, that's totally different. Well, anyway, here I am. I bought this thing. This is a Smith & Wesson SW, I should point it at the ground, SW22, which is a really neat 22. I got it for like 320 bucks at Gander Mountain. And I think I'm going to warm up on a Ponderosa lemon and see what happens. Well, that's great. This is what comes from buying cheap ammunition. And I'm waiting and waiting to see if it comes out of the barrel. And I guess it's not. All right, now let's try again. Well, it doesn't even move it. Huh. Well, I don't know. I don't want to sit here wasting ammunition on a Ponderosa lemon that won't go anywhere. Okay, now I got the big dog out. I have no idea where this thing shoots. Let's find out. Remember to hold it steady and... Ow, right in the head. I don't know what is with this gun. Anyway, did a good job on the lemon. Geez, that's annoying. Well, I'll try another one. Let's see. Beanie Weenie. Can I hit a Beanie Weenie? Are you kidding? Not only that, but I got a stovepipe. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be YouTube's newest gun guru. I just don't know. Maybe not. Whoa. Okay, I got another round chambered. All right, Beanie Weenie. Now I know where the gun shoots. Let's see what happens. What? I just don't get it. You gotta be kidding. All right, try again. This thing's not cycling. Dang. Stovepipe. I don't know, man. I used to shoot this thing all right. I don't know if this ammunition is the best on earth. Come on. That's interesting. These things are kind of hanging up on their way into the chamber, or the way out. I mean, they're not extracting. All right, try again. Come on, get in there. Are you kidding? This thing's starting to worry me. That's more like it. And it didn't extract. Why aren't these extracting? Fortunately, it didn't land in the manure. Just close to it. Let's try something we can't miss, he said, optimistically. What? Wait a minute. Oh no, I did hit it. I just hit it high. Now I can't tell if I got a round in here or not. Oh boy, this could go. Let's see what happens this time. That's more like it. Strange. Okay, I think I may be ready for the Vienna sausages. Trying to estimate how high this thing is going to shoot. Ow! Right in the forehead. I am really holding on to this thing. I gotta sue somebody. That's gonna put the head on. At least I think it cycled that time. Well, let's see, another beanie weenie. Yeah, it's working now. Wow. Whew. Stovepipe. This thing's not really stovepiping, I guess, technically. It's just failing to extract, so when the next cartridge tries to come in there, it gets stuck. And I am strangling this thing. I mean, limp wristing is not part of the picture here. Okay. Vienna sausage. And another failure to extract. Man, this is work. Take a shot, take the gun apart, chamber around, take a shot, take the gun apart. I don't know, man. I mean, I want to support Israel, but I'm not sure this is worth it. Ponderosa lemon. I'll tell you, if you think noise makes you flinch, wait till you get hit in the face every time you pull the trigger. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to get rid of the final Vienna sausage, and I may shoot the 22 a couple of times just so I can feel like I've shot a gun that actually functions, and then I'm going to clean up this mess, see if I can find my brass and get out of here. Ow! Right in the nose. Man, this thing is crazy. Well, it looks like I winged the can. I don't quite understand that. I think I'm going to I think I know what I'm going to do with this gun. I'm going to keep it for times when my friends visit and they want to try out shooting a Desert Eagle. And then I'm going to tell them they're doing it wrong. Man, that stuff's disgusting. I hate to do that to the ants. Failure to extract. Is it the ammunition? I don't think bad technique can make you fail to extract. If so, I've created a new thing. All right, the finale, the canned ham. This ought to be nice. Whoa! Not bad. And it failed to extract. And now this thing's not shooting. I may not be much good on burglars, but I'm hell on a canned ham. Except when I run out of ammunition. Oh, man. At least the 22 works. I like this 22. I guess I should use the sights, huh? Oh, man. Well, in some ways a disappointing day, but at least I taught that canned ham a thing or two. Now to take this thing back in and edit out like 90% of this video. Before I quit, I thought I ought to show you the carnage. It's pretty well wiped out. I'm surprised the hand didn't blow up better. I hit it down in the, what? Where did I go in there? I went out on the lower right hand, and it went right through the ham and didn't blow it up quite as well as I wanted. The beanie weenie and the fake Vienna sausage, they blew up quite nicely, except for this one over here, which it looks like I winged. But anyway, I think it got its just reward. So I guess I'm going to leave this crud out here. I'm going to take the metal and the paper back in and leave this other stuff out and see if the ants can stomach it. So, really sorry about the problems with the gun extracting. Maybe there's something wrong with the extractor, or maybe it's just the ammunition. I'm equally sorry about hitting myself in the face with virtually every round. I guess I should be glad they don't extract, because if they don't extract, they hit me in the face. So, not really a recommended firearm, but lots of fun. And if you do fire it, get yourself a face shield. So, I guess I'm out. Have a great day.